Greetings, greetings. Greetings, greetings, all divine beings. Witchy Poo has been coming through with a little bit of content today, and I promise it's not going to end at all as you may think. I got a couple of videos coming out, so please turn on your notifications and support your babe, okay? So, NSYNC was number 2 on the boy band list for celebrity tarot readings, so we are going to tap into Joey Fatone this minute. Of course, we're going to save Mr. Timberlake for last, but as long as we go through the readings and nothing else comes up, nobody else needs to be flipped on, we'll go with that. So Joey Fatone is an Aquarius. We're just going to pull 3 cards on the past, present, and future aspect. And we're just going to go with that. I thank you all for tuning in and scrolling past. All right. It's so funny because I was getting ready to prep for this reading, shuffling, and the devil popped out once again in reverse. Now, I'm not just going to put up people have addictions, but they do, whether it's in silence or not. And it looks like he has definitely overcome something that doesn't feel too unsustainable, but it brought out some sort of dark side. He also is definitely free from drugs at this time, and he may not even want to have alcohol all like that. So he definitely is overcoming an addiction in his life that feels very successful, and he had a struggle with. All right, spirits in the past, present, and future of Joey Fatone of NSYNC. Tell us what we got here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, we got 2 of Wands, Aries, the King of Wands, Cancer and Leo, the Page of Cups, and then the King of Cups, Libra, and Scorpio. All right, so let's do this because I don't think you guys can see the cards. All right, turn it up a little bit. So I'm seeing that this 2 of Wands is here in the Aries energy. Why do we have this in the past? Because I'm not going to say it was between him and another person, another guy, but it does look like the competition is thick. And he may have been in competition to be a part of this group. He may had to take some first steps to leave his comfort zone in order to, I feel like, be a prominent establishment, to be so like a strong fixture in this group. All right, you got the 4 of Swords, Libra in reverse. You got the 2 of Swords, more Libra. And then the 7, Aquarius. So he's finally here. He definitely worked really, really hard to gain his position with NSYNC here. And I don't know who else he was in competition with, but it is an Aries. And so in this past life, he definitely lived an imposter sort of syndrome. He may not want to come out and talk about it just yet, but he regrets doing a lot of things that wrapped him in some sort of minor addiction, because this feels as if he was just doing what everybody else was around kind of getting into, but he didn't let it get too out of hand. But because he had conscience on his, like the conscience was always going, he may have had confessions with himself, or this I feel like addiction he got a hold on here. Not only is the truth being opened up, but so is some sort of overload and confusion. He may have had like a temper with 3 of the members, and it may not have been a constant thing, but if somebody was coming in with some sort of negative energy, or accusing him of being lit that day, or whatever it is in the past, he definitely may have always thought about them speaking on him, or just the conversations, because this indecisive confession feels like they talked to him about some sort of addiction. And your friends are supposed to be forever, right? Friends are the closest people, especially in a group. But he's recovered big time from something that burnt him out in the past. And I feel like if they didn't have this conversation, it would have exhausted him as a member, like in general. Confirm everything in this past tense, please. The addiction, could you tell us similar to what it be? The conversation of the three that told him to stop this, and he did pretty much immediately. You got Empress Taurus energy is here. This conversation came from three other bandmates regarding his addiction in the past. And the way that this comes off is him, them really smothering him with facts. Like, you can't do that. You're going to kick you out the group. Just making him feel insecure and confidence. And this really got him to kind of turn something around that he started to neglect or was neglecting from the jump. Now, the King of Wands in the present, because I got a lot of cards here, so um, we'll just we'll max it all the way out. So here in the present is some vision with this Cancer Leo energy, and I feel like this is him working on a career, working on something that's just a little different. He is a visionist, a visionary. He may be creating something for children or doing something that could bring him in longevity of money. We got the Queen of Cups, the Four, and the Death, all in reverse. Cancer energy is big, big here. So I don't know if this is somebody that, hi, Serja. I am doing Joey Fatone, but if you have a question, I'll flip to the end. And if you want to come back to kind of see what it was, I'll do that for you. Go ahead and ask your question. And thank you. But we're talking about this young man who definitely realized he had problems that was excessive. And he had the acceptance because they may have sent him on some sort of retreat. But this is also what he wants to do to relive kind of not the bad things, but he wants to tell people about alcoholism or drugs or something that's going to that transform him in some way here in the future. And he may use a woman to do this or teaming up with some female here. He right now is insecure. It may be his weight, or he may just be sensitive because he can't go around in public and they're just like, hey, you're that guy, Joey Fatone, or they always bring up somebody else first, like, Timberlake. And then that gives him some sort of kind of down feelings. He's also not wanting to move on this thing with releasing the visionary on this children's book or children program or whatever it is with this woman. I really can't see, but it is something here that's positive, that's going to enlighten everybody, because he almost died. He almost passed away. But he is may have somebody around that's in fear of him doing this, or he may be in fear it's not going to work out and something will be exposed by his past. So this can go back and forth for the feeling that he's just conflicted right now, because right now it's just an inability to move, period. Strength is here in reverse. He's very, very vulnerable right now, and it could just be age and, like I said, career-wise. But if this is saying he's inadequate because he may not have this, never had the same pay or whatever they're doing now, it's not the same as when they were children. Tell me about this Chariot in reverse. Number 7 is a magic number, and we are almost at a near completion. So what is this about? Because this is obstacles being created in the future, but it's not from him. It's coming from a different direction. Okay, let's see. Oh, I should be done. I'm only doing I think it was 5, 6 cards. So give me about like 6, 7 more minutes. No problem. The Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Moon is upright. I want to start here because the obstacle in this future setting is something that's going to illuminate a past. It's going to illuminate what he's done. And I feel like it's not like to convict him in any way, but this is for him to see or to release the truth to the public, to get some sort of misunderstanding and clarity. I feel like from a Sagittarius or Capricorn. I don't know where that's coming from. But 9 is the year that we're in. And there is a struggle here in the future over a defense. Like somebody saying, oh, that's not the way it went. Or Joey, you're not telling the truth. You're a tyrant. It's like he's afraid to release whatever this children's thing is with this woman. because he won't compromise and open up and tell the truth about the past. But I don't think that this is a conviction. He may just be thinking that in his mind that people are going to judge him, or family, right? He doesn't want stuff to come out to conflict anything. He's also having some sort of procrastination. He may be lazy, not wanting to work out, or work up, because something feels really foolish in regards to this Page of Cups. And a new page can't turn unless you get some connection. And right now he's misaligned here in the future. We've got one more after this. The misalignment. You got the 7, you got the 10, Taurus, and then Aries, the Fool. Okay. Well, it's looked like it's coming from the emotional distractive standpoint. Because if you're extremely distracted, it's only for foolish ways. So right now, in this future setting, he's really distracted over this Cancer energy, over some disconnect or domestic conflict setting. I don't know what the boys are currently doing or trying to get back together in the concert setting, but it just feels like it's constantly being argued about because something is too guarded. What's wrong? No. Bye. All right. Sorry, we're doing Morse code over here. Hello. The kids, I tell you. Tell me really quickly about this conflict, this disconnection or misalignment. Is this with the boy band? Is it with the other friends that they may have mutual between them? Concerts. What's going on with the disconnection, please? One of the group's members doesn't really want to be involved with them anymore, or just keeps walking away from the real thing. I feel like what's happening here is that these boys may have wanted to come together to get some unpaid debts, but there's still inequality in checks. There's still inequality in gifts that are being like given. And it's not a problem because, Justin has always been this star. That's what they agreed upon, right? So if they're not getting the fair generosity of debts being paid, there's a big problem right here that's happening over in the future for some reason. The final card is the King of Cups, Libra energy. I want to start backwards. What's the devotion here? Because he's not really being controlled by anybody, and he's not a manipulative man, but there's a mood that comes in that it just feels like very serious and a dictator. All right, we got the Queen of Swords, the Emperor again. No, it was the Emperor and the Empress, sorry. So we've got them both here, and then the Four of Pentacles. It's definitely a problem when it comes to controlling stubbornness. There may just be somebody he's dealing with that abuses their power and is not really disciplined. But here he had to change in the past, but you can't say that to this person in the present because they're going to make or break this money thing. I'm also feeling that he's very secure with talents, with his legacy, with his name. But right now, he may just be overprotecting what he has left in the bank account these days. What's also coming through is this woman who wants to move on a deal, move on some sort of energy that's calm and intuitive here. I don't know if this is his wife. I don't know if they're trying to do a partnership thing. But she's ready to go and pull the trigger with him and really bring something to life that's going to bring calm energy to the plane people. Let me flip one more, and then I'm going to go to your question. It seems like a well-rounded guy, but he has a little frustration and disconnect, and he's holding on to every penny. This second final card is the Three of Wands in reverse, and this Aries energy. He just doesn't have the process that he wants right now, and there is delays circling. And I don't know why these obstacles are around, but he has the notoriety to come out and change and do what he wants. But he may be being restricted for some reason. I want to know Harmon's intentions toward me. She's my ex-girlfriend. Today is her brother's birthday. Okay, let's see. So the question is being asked in regards to Herman's intentions. And since intention is everything, we are wanting the exact energy, sign, or message to be. Repeating, Harmon's intentions towards Serja, ex-girlfriend, and there's a celebration today. Could you tell me more? There's the Nine of Wands. So there's some perseverance. Page of Pentacles. There's something going on with family traditions, but they may be fighting today, even though they're having fun. And then the Eight of Pentacles, Earth energy. So, to be honest with you, there's a lot of long-term thought of how things should have went, but because there's some wasteful energy, wasteful words, it's just not coming close to the grit like it should. And, you know, the intentions are just really feeling like they want you close, but something is guarded. And I don't know if this guarded energy or I feel like resilience is tiring, okay? Because either you're tired or she's tired, and it's all close to some persistence, like of you guys not, I don't want to say being solid, but you can't stop fighting. You can't stop like going back and forth this breakup. Money is involved here, and also being a procrastinator, too lazy. It depends on what you're wanting to see the intentions, because something is foolish here, but it's coming from a procrastinator, and there's the male. So if you aren't working that hard, if you aren't working to kind of get this person back, or I'm just going to be honest with you. There's too much laziness going on here. And so the intention is completely misdirected because of some motivation, whether it's coming from you or her, but he's here. It's all dudes, okay? So try to convince her a lot, but she rejects me every time. She unblocked me, so I think we may reconcile. There's laziness that I feel you've got to come out of, and whether that's the effort, whether that's what you do in a personal life or your job aspect, that's what the missed energy is that you can't put your finger on. But laziness is what's gotten her kind of disinterested. But the Magician is here in this Aries energy with Virgo. So you've got to be a little bit more logical and inspired when you're wanting to deal with her. Simply because, you know, you may have manifested this love, you may have manifested this person, but they're looking for more intellect. They're looking for more fire from you. So you've got to not really go out and spend, but you've got to entertain. You've got to be resourceful. You've got to not be lazy, because that's pretty much all it's coming out here. Very interested, but the fact is there's laziness and procrastination involved. And so I don't know how you can get that to turn around to show her that you've changed or that you're moving up the ladder. But this is definitely, this is only coming from some sort of underachievement that you feel doesn't matter. And it does. Big time to this girl. Okay? Good luck to you. Well, let me flip one more. Is it reconcilable now that... Thank you, Serge. I love this. Let's do this. Now that unblock has happened on the intranet, reconciliation, is it on the board next? If laziness can be addressed. Well, here's the Ten of Cups, and it's in reverse, and I'm going to be completely honest, okay? If you can't fulfill some sort of satisfaction, you're going to be left with disappointment. If you can turn this around, it's all in the signs of you guys doing what you need to get done. But this over procrastination shit's got to be relieved from you somehow. You're welcome, Sergio.